Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Dominic from the Primetime Treasure eBay store and YouTube channel. I am hustling hard right now. It is 7:45 in the morning. Saw a great deal on Craigslist that I pounced on. 118 heavy metal magazines for $70 and wound up getting the person down to $50 very easily. So you have to strike when the iron is hot with these and just go out and grab them and pick them up, because if you don't, someone else is going to get in there and get them. So these are, again, heavy metal magazines. Just so you understand, I am not talking about Metallica and AC/DC and Slayer and that type of stuff. Nope. Heavy Metal Magazine is an adult fantasy related comic book, and they are oversized books. They are hugely popular. They sell very well. Check out the comps on eBay for them. You could sell small little bundles of them, 22 of them for example, for like over $100. So the older ones sell better. This is a lot from 1989 to 2004, so some of those more expensive issues won't be in there, but there's apparently graphic novels. And if you could get these for essentially less than 50 cents a piece, I mean, it's a steal. And I'm gonna wind up making a great profit off of this. So we're gonna head there right now, and I will show you the collection once I have it in hand. Okay, so these are the ones I'm talking about. This is a heavy metal magazine. I have the entire collection right here, and these go all the way down this big box. As you can see, they are oversized books. They are also color inside, okay? Generally, the cover has, you know, something like this, like a scantily clad woman, you know, in some type of seductive pose. There's usually also then some kind of beast or monster kind of creature paired with it. I mean, it's typical, you know, as you can see here, is another example of it. There's dragons in the background. So, you know, it's a real fantasy mix. And you can see these are not for kids. It says adult illustrated fantasy magazine. You know, there's nothing too like explicit in it or anything. It's just you know, just kind of a mixture of you know, monsters and you know, dragon themes and women, if it's a really a male oriented type of magazine. That doesn't mean there's not some women who would like it, but it is definitely male oriented. So there's lots of specials in here as well. I'll show you what I mean by that. Let's pull some of these out here. Like, see, you can see here, heavy metal special edition from '96. You know, you could just sell that individually. So this is a great pickup for $50. It turns out the guy actually has an eBay store, but he's just getting rid of them because he doesn't want to take the time to process it all. And patience is such a virtue. That just goes to show you, this guy just wants to make a quick flip. He got them from somebody else or a great deal, and he's just willing to just sell it to me for $50, and I could just milk this and you know, really significantly increase my my initial investment on this. I'm just showing you how far down these things go. I mean, and also you can just see the condition in general is really, really nice on these. You know, a couple dings here and there, but nothing that's gonna really significantly affect things. So $50, great investment. I recently showed you that I had a drum set in my house 2 videos prior. As a kid's drum set that I actually did sell that. I sold it yesterday for $50 on OfferUp. So I took that $50 and I reinvested it into my business to purchase this, which is going to make even much more money. So you know, that's how you do it. And now I am heading off to another sale that's 5 minutes away from here. Supposedly also has a ton of comic books. So we're gonna hit that one up, see what we can get. So I'm at the sale. The guy brought the comic books out for me early. You see there's barely anything else set up. He was kind of annoyed that I got here a little bit early, but I did that on purpose because I wanted to get a jump on these. He changed his tune really fast when I said I might be willing to purchase his entire collection, and then he brought these out. He wasn't going to bring them out to the end. So I'm just hoping to get a price from him so we can negotiate and see if we can make a deal. I could already tell you there's lots of good issues in here, lots of good hardcovers. I'm definitely interested in making this purchase. So we'll see what we could do. I just have to fend off any other collectors that come here, because these comic book collectors, they are very competitive and they will be showing up soon. It's like bees on honey. They could smell the scent of these comic book pages. I'm telling you, they'll be here very soon. And I'm at the same place that I just got the collection from. I'll tell you about that in a moment, but there are some nice t-shirts here for $1 each, so I'm definitely going to pick some of these up, like the Goonies. I mean, there's no brainers to get something like this, or Transformers, the Optimus Primes. Definitely get these type of things. So here they are, folks. I wound up making the purchase. This is a great score. Just some incredible titles here. There's Walking Dead. There's the classic Eastman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's sealed hardcovers in here that are worth $50 to $60 a piece. There's Amazing Spider-Man issues, and there's old ones that go back to the 70s and the early 80s. There's old Batmans in here. There's just some classic issues. I mean, you could see here, this is just a great score. I mean, look at all these Amazing Spider-Mans, and these are nice. These are some old ones. This is just overall, I can't show them all to you because it's just too much stuff, but you could just trust me. There is the Pokemon stuff in here, old Incredible Hulks, I mean, Batmans, you know, just some of these. There's a lot of these hardcover and trade paperbacks. Like we've got Walking Dead right here. We've got Batman Illustrated book right here. I mean, that could be like a $35, $40, $50 book. It's just great. I mean, here we got some more. I mean, just look at all these right here. I mean, just this is crazy. I mean, some of these are first prints, like Starman first print. Those will go for $50. Walking Dead, you know, you could sell 3 or 4 or 5 of those together, you know, make like $30 on them. So there's just so much stuff here. And when the person saw my heavy metal collection, because the guy's a comic book collection, he just about fell to the ground. So I want to turn the camera on and take you more in depth what happened with this negotiation. I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned from it. So hang on. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, I am still on a rush. I am still on a high from that purchase because it was just an intense situation. It was a great experience to go through and to develop ultimately a relationship with this person going forwards. And just the pressure of the situation was pretty intense as well. So let me kind of take you through it and just let you know what happened from start to finish. So first of all, it pays to get up early in the morning and check to see if there are any updates on keywords of your interest in your local area on Craigslist. So for me, one of the things that I mostly look up are the words comics and comic. And sure enough, person last night at midnight posted the sale for the heavy metal magazines, and he told me I was the first person to respond because I saw it at like 6 o'clock in the morning. The other one was a big ad with all these vintage comic books, which is the next sale that I wound up going to, which happened to be 5 minutes away from the guy who had the heavy metal magazine. So that was, you know, a good stroke of luck right there. But he posted that this morning. That was not there last night. And as soon as I saw that, I said, I got to try to get to this too. Now that one opened at 9 o'clock and I finished up with the first guy around 8:35. So I wound up getting to this guy's house about 8:40. Now, as it turns out, he had written in his ad, no early birds. In other words, he does not want anybody coming there trying to make a purchase while he's setting up for the sale. Now, this raises an important question. Should you respect the no early birds designation on a listing for a garage sale? In general, I would tell you yes. However, there's exceptions to everything. And if there's something there that you know you really want that's ultra competitive, I'm going to tell you, do not respect that rule because you are going to lose out. Case in point, I get there at 8:40. The guy's just coming out of his door. And I walk out and he instantly tries to shut me down before I even say a word. He says, sorry, dude. I'm not doing it. I cannot. I've got to get this stuff out of my house. I've got to set up for the sale. I can't. That's why I put it in the ad. It said 9 o'clock. Now, honestly, I really did not see that. I didn't even know it said that, but he told me it said that. So I said, okay. I said, and rather than me walking away with my tail between my legs, I said, okay, well, I was interested in the comic books, just so you know. He's like, yeah, well, I'll tell you, that's not coming out until the end. That's not coming out till the very end. And so you're going to have to wait till 9 o'clock. Now, again, should I just sit there and accept that and say, oh, well, ho hum and move on? No way. you don't have to be rude, you don't have to be aggressive, but throw something out there respectfully that might make the guy reconsider. So then I said to him, well, just so you know, I would be interested in buying all of your comic books. And when I said that, his whole attitude changed. He went, really? I said, absolutely. He's like, okay, let me go up and I'm gonna bring them down. So he brings them down, and that's part of the video that I showed you earlier where I'm going through the comic books on the table. And he would not give me a price for it right then and there. I asked him how much he wanted to sell them all for. He told me how to think about it. He'd tell me later on, once he had a time to mull it through. He wanted to look over all of them so he knew exactly what was in there. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking, this is not going to work, because I know that the other people around here who collect comic books and resell comic books are going to be here any moment to try to purchase these. And I know the value that's in there. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of comic books and books in that collection. So my goal is to try to get it fast, but also not get screwed over on the price. So, he walks back in, comes back out, and finally, after about 10 minutes, so now we're at about 8:50, and I know that 9 o'clock at least, these people are going to start showing up. So I've got to make a deal pretty much within 10 minutes. So anyway, he asked me to throw out a price. Now, I throw in a little bit of a lowball price at him at $80, and he's like, oh, sorry, dude, there's no way. I got to get at least $200 out of this. But then he changes it real quick. He goes, oh, I got to get 150 to 200. Now, just as a tip for negotiation, when you're negotiating with someone, do not give a range like that. When you say you're going to accept 150 to 200, that means you're willing to accept 150. You've already knocked $50 off the price. So now I've got him down to 150. And I tried to then move up to 100. He would not have it. I tried to move up to 125. He would not have it. Now, would I have bought them all for 150? Yes, but I'm trying to pull out every single trick that I have in my sleeve to kind of get the price lowered just a little bit. So I said to him, you know, a lot of these I do have to bag and board, and how about 140? That's $10 off of where you're at. And he says, you know what, man? He goes, it's true, you do have to bag and board all of them. I could do 140, absolutely. So we made the deal, shook hands. He helped me, he got an extra box, we put him in the car. He came out to my car, he saw the heavy metal magazines. He couldn't believe the heavy metal collection. I mean, that just also reinforced me right there what a great purchase that one was. And I also hung around afterwards just to kind of see what would happen, but also because there were some other items that I wanted to look at. And sure enough, at 9 o'clock, people start showing up. All the guys start showing up. 9 o'clock, 9:01, 9:02. There were about 10 guys that showed up asking for those comic books and were really, really mad that they were gone. And to this guy's credit, he did not identify me as the person who purchased the book. So I'm just kind of sitting there laughing to myself that I purchased all these books and I'm got them right next to me in the car. And then we talked afterwards, after these people left, and I gave him my business card, and I wound up purchasing some other things I'm going to show you in a moment. And he's like, you know, I'm really glad that you came. I'm glad you actually came early. He goes, you've been really straight with me, really honest. I really like dealing with you. He's like, I have other comics upstairs that I might want to sell one day, not right now. He goes, and when I do, he goes, I'm just going to give you a call rather than running one of these sales. He goes, because I really appreciate that you dealt with me honestly and professionally. And, you know, that's exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to build relationships. You're trying to make sure that that person feels like that they are getting value for what they sold you, and you're trying to make sure you're getting value for your purchase, so both sides are walking away happy. And when he tells me that he wants to do business with me again in the future, then I know that I made a great business transaction if we're both walking away feeling happy about it. But the most important thing that I want to get across for this video is that if there's something that you want for your business, or just something you want in general in life, that you need to be aggressive and go after it. When I say aggressive, again, I don't mean being mean and doing something inappropriate. What I mean is just having that go get it hustle attitude, that motivation to just drive you to be successful and to succeed and to beat out your competition. That's part of what makes reselling fun for me, is to make sure that I could beat out all these people that are trying to get these collections. I mean, it's a competitive sport in certain aspects. So that is just something real important. You know, you got to make sure sometimes that you're getting up early, that you're checking the listings early, that you're making connections with the person, that you don't always just accept no for an answer. Again, you don't have to be rude, but you know, you try to find little psychological ways to get an in so that you could, you can make the purchase that's good for you. That's how I wind up getting so many of these collections, is by using those types of approaches. Okay, so just keep that in mind for the future. There are a couple other great things that I wound up purchasing there. There were a bunch of t-shirts that they were selling for $1. So let me just end off by showing you these. If you like pop culture types of items, you will like these. Some are vintage, some are not, but this here is, they're all medium. They're women's shirts. They're Legend of Zelda right here. We've got Walking Dead, very popular. If you find Walking Dead shirts and you could pick them up for $1, you definitely should get those. There are Transformer ones. I showed this on the ground before, but you know, pick up Transformers. That's Optimus Prime right there, so just identify him. He's real popular. There is the Goonies, very popular movie from the 80s. Anything Goonies, you know, if you see it, you get it for $1, pick it up. There's a lot of nostalgia around that. A really great Star Wars R2-D2 shirt. Really nice how it's kind of graphed out and sketched out like that. That nice bright green color. That's going to sell easily. Let's see, what else do we have here? I think we have another, looks like a Transformers related one. So that is nice as well. These are all nice thin cottons. Lion King, very popular. So, you know, pick up a Lion King shirt like that. That's great. That'll be an easy sell. This one, I didn't even realize it's new with tags, and it is pink. Pink, very hot, very hot brand, and it even has something on the back. My day starts at noon, long sleeve. That'll be a great seller, especially around the fall. There's the tags right there. Again, I got this for $1. Original sale price was, I don't know if you could see it because I know there's some glare there, but initial sale price was like $26.95. So, you know, just continuous great purchases. This is definitely a vintage one here. This is a nice old Ghostbusters shirt, and you could tell the vintageness. Oh, actually, this one's not vintage because it says Loot Crate on the back. But there are some t-shirts in here that are vintage. Actually, this is one right here. This Dr. King Schultz one. The way you could tell it's vintage really easily is just by looking at the tag. And, you know, if it's kind of faded like that and kind of old and, you know, just kind of decrepit like that, that's how you know it's a vintage shirt. That's just a dead giveaway right there, just that type of label. It's not new and fresh or anything like that. I always tell you about Deadpool, and Deadpool shirts sell very well as well. So there is the Deadpool character. Look for him. He is super popular. And the last shirt right here, another Transformers one. So this is a good one as well. Nice and thin again. They were $1 a piece. There winds up being 12 of them. I wound up getting them for $10. Those are just going to be really quick, easy sellers. So, and got them at the same sale. So that was from his wife who was selling those. So made a good relationship with the husband and the wife team, and they gave me their phone number. So it's funny, from start to finish, it started out as tense, but it ended up being like we were best friends. It was a great experience, and that's how it should be if you're doing it right. So I hope this motivates you to get up early sometimes, go out there, hustle hard, and make that profit, buy those collections, make that money. If you like this video, hit the like button down below. Make sure you come to my Facebook group, the Facebook Reselling Resource Center, for more tips All you have to do is hit the join button. That will let you right in. If you have a comment or a question about any aspect of today's negotiation or collection, feel free to drop that down below. I like interacting and responding with all of you. And make sure, if you like this video, very important that you subscribe. Hit that treasure chest that pops up at the end of the video, or hit subscribe anywhere on my channel, and that will subscribe you to these videos. There's other sales I could go to, but I have family in town and I've already made a huge score, so I'm gonna go home, enjoy some bacon and eggs, and enjoy the rest of the day, everyone.